entering into the field came from a little different direction.
There was a
committee at school that had been meeting for 3 years, trying
to
discover the characteristics necessary for students to persevere and make it through their college education. And they wanted something that would build self-esteem and help with problem solving and some of the different attributes that you need to survive in college. Came to me to develop a program. And in '78, the first thing that I developed, because I was familiar with it, was working on body image. And as you improve in your physical skills and that, your self-esteem grows. But it was not something that was exciting enough for me. And at the same time, there were articles about Outward Bound coming out in the newspapers. And so that was an interest, and I had a gymnastic background. And so I'm a person that likes adventure and likes to take risk. And I went to the provost at the time and asked would they be willing to put the money out to build a ropes course. And he supported that concept, and that was my initiation into the...
And how did you find out about the ropes courses at that point? You read about Outward Bound, but...
Just that there was a mention, and then we looked to find somebody in the area that built ropes courses.
Oh.
And so got the appropriations, they built the first ropes course, went through the training, and it was the beginning of falling in love with the whole outdoor experiential education. I think the other thing that brought me in this direction was my father. He was Navy, and wherever we moved, we lived as far out in the country as possible. And he was always, would garden, we would go fishing, it was always being out. And so the combination of the two. And then I started pursuing every workshop, every avenue of developing skill. Started coming to AEE, taken about 9 Project Adventure trainings, and I think Jim Scholl, Project Adventure and his ABC workshop gave me the foundation, the background for our discovery program at Gallaudet. So that started in '79, and the kids enjoyed it so much from a summer program that I've developed 9 different classes for credit over the years, and the program has just continued to grow. We've traveled internationally and worked in prisons and hospitals and with psychologists and all kinds of groups.
Okay, next, this actually a 2-part question. Let's start with the first part of it, and that is what has been the most and least satisfying aspects of being involved in the field? So
most and least?
Most and least, but start with least and then we'll go to most.
That's hard to say least. Every part of the field, we can go in so many directions. I guess the least is not having enough time to do it all. Mm-hmm. Not having enough time to get all the knowledge and skill you would like to give back to your students or whoever you're working with. So that would, I guess, always wanting to be able to have more understanding, more skill, more, so that I can turn around and give it. Most is seeing how wonderful experiences can impact people. And you never know where that's coming from. You don't know if it's a word that's said, if it's a story, if it's a rock climb, if it's a cave, if it's a camping trip. You don't know. But
And you frequently don't know at the time either.
Right. You don't always know. Sometimes you hear back and you're, wow. But you know that there's a magic that happens, and it's a combination of being in the outdoors and being with people and learning to respect and value each other and giving that support that each person needs. And there's just this overwhelming feeling of togetherness. Every person has gifts within them. Has gifts within them. I think it's important. I would tell any time to find the gifts within yourself. Take the time to find the gifts within yourself. Find what makes you happy. Really makes you happy. And then follow that. We're meant for each of us to find those gifts, those passions. In finding those is to develop them every possible way you can. The ultimate is the sharing and the giving. The ultimate is the sharing and the giving, so that universe can evolve to a better place. Universe can evolve to a better place. If you're doing something that you love, you can overcome any obstacles. And anything. Money shouldn't be for accepting or not accepting a direction. It should be what you really love, because that's what you really love, because that's what will help you maintain yourself over time.
What keeps you coming back to AE?
The people. I've been coming a long time, and
How long now?
How long?
Yeah.
Probably, I really have lost track, but I got into the adventure programs in '79, so that would mean that somewhere 79, 80, I started coming to AE. I haven't gotten to every single one, but I've been to many.
Same year for me, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. Did you go to, that would have been Glorieta, New Mexico?
No, I didn't go to that one. So that's good if you go.
One right after that would have been Toronto then.
What was the next one?
Then the next one would be Arcata, Humboldt.
Maybe it was must have been 81 then.
So
Somewhere right in there.
Yeah.
That the workshops are always a source of more information, of picking up things that you can use. But so it's a combination of developing more knowledge and the people. But if you ask one or the other, it's the contacts you make, it's the friendships. There are friends that I made through AE that will be my friends for life. You know, and it's what you were saying, Wes, that we're not alone. I'm a woman, and so perhaps one of the challenges I've had is often this is a man's field, and having to prove myself in the field constantly over and over again, and just knowing there are other people that are in the same profession gives you support to keep going.